Back, my next card is going to be the shaker card I did. So I have it all loaded into, I mean, literally, I've got everything in here. All the pieces. Some of it already taped down. I thought I had already taped this heart down. I apparently was mistaken in that. And that's my card base. So I'm using, on this one, it's a Recollections card base. So it comes out to, I believe, 4.5 by, or 6.5 by whatever. It is what it is. And how come do I have two? Because if one isn't good enough, two is better. Remember what I say? So it is. It's not quite 5 by 7. So it's whatever the packaging comes up. But it's a pretty good card. Not perfect, but by the time I add all the layers, it's pretty darn tootin' stiff. And then I have my panel piece. And I had to go, so there's going to be, that's why I cut the black out. Because this is, I'm limited by the 6-inch wideness of this. So let me tell you what I cut it to. I have it here. Let me go to my notes. Okay, so the card base is 6.5, obviously, by 10. And then my black panel, I put it right down here. I did 4 and 13/16 by 6 and 5/16. So I just wanted to have a little bit of a narrower. There my original intent was to be, you know, very narrow all the way around, but I forgot that this, I'm limited. It's 6 inches and there you go. So there'll be narrow and then wide, and I actually like it. So I'm going to go ahead and for one, let me grab my little spatula and I'm going to remove that little tapey. I just put it there so I remember what the measurement was. And then we're going to tape this, we're going to go ahead and tape this down to our card base. Go through here very quickly. Now it is cooperating just nicely because we had a talk. I said, okay, look, you're making me look bad on the camera. Let's get our act together here, right? And I said, okay. So she's, yeah, there we go. She's, yeah, no, psych. And we'll get this tape down. Apply that. And if I could possibly center it, that would be great. I hate it when it's kind of, I don't know which is better, when I have myself a little more space, or when it's narrow, I doubt myself a little bit more. I seem to not be able to line it. And something here is not square, and I'm going to say it's the Recollections card. But there you go. Good enough for government work, guys. There you go. If you want perfection, you need to be watching Jennifer McGuire. She is like, I swear she never makes any mistakes. As far as I'm concerned, she walks on water. So now I have my panel here that I'm going to cut. And I'm actually going to use my grid here. Hello. I thought I had that tape down, so obviously I was mistaken. So let me grab out my washi tape here. This is what I use. This is cheap washi tape. And I'm going to use this, line it up here between 6 and 12. And center it. Yeah. Tape that down. A little piece down here just for good measure. There we go. And then I have my heart, because on this one, if you can tell, I used the word love. And I made the mistake because I made a really big effort to center it, not forgetting that my shaker bits now block it. So this one, I'm going to go higher. Now I know, duh. But I'm pretty sure, let me see, I think I have my Gemini plates right here. Where are my Gemini plates? I hid them under stuff. There we go. I'm going to try to see if I can get these both on here at the same time. Let's see. This poor little plate is about ready to bite it. I need to replace my plastic shim because I have issues with it warping. And that was even with using the Jennifer McGuire method of the plates for the Gemini. It still warped on me. It still warps. Everyone says they have issues with the magnetic shim. That's not my problem. My problem is the plastic shim. So I think it's a machine thing. I really do. I think it depends on each machine. So let's see. That should pop right up. Yep. Popped right out. And my heart looks good too. My little arrow thingy. So that looks good. I just want to be sure before. Otherwise I could always run it back through. Oh yeah, that's already popping out. Pull that out here. Okay, hang on. You guys don't need to see me struggle with this. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm back. I had to, when I ran this, it did not want to come out. Those little pieces, I fiddled with it for a second, realized I was going to make a hot mess of this if I did. So I literally ran it through my marquee, and there you go. Then it worked just fine. So now I have that little bit because I'm going to put that as part of this. So it's we're going to go here with this. Except I also anticipated, I'm also, what did I want to do with it? I was going to use a stencil. I have the stencil here. So let me grab my spray. I'll be right back. I'm back, and I remembered that last night I had planned on doing this, which is I wanted to stamp, or not stamp, but I'm going to stencil. I'm going to use the Nuvo. And this is the first time I'm doing this, so we're going to see how well this works, for me at any rate. The Nuvo spray, and I wanted to just break up the black. I wanted to give this a try because I wanted to use as many of the elements that came in this kit as I possibly could in this card. So I'm just going to tape down my stencil with my little washi tape. I pulled out my Imagine Crafts mat, not because so much because I could just done it on the glass. I just didn't want to spend the time cleaning the glass. I admit it. I just wouldn't want to deal with it. So let me shake this really up really well. And we'll see, because this is the first time I do this, so this is something new for me. Let's see if I don't end up spraying, you know, half a creation, including myself. That will make me sad. Or not, or I'll be sparkly. So, okay, so I've shaken this up enough, so let's see. Oh my goodness. Ah, I already tried this in and out, and I didn't clean the nozzle, so hang on. I will be right back. I got to clean the nozzle. Back again. Not that I was able to get the bottle unclogged. I'm going to have to work at it, but fortunately for me, I got a tonic order, and I didn't realize that I had this duplicated. So it came in my tonic order, so I have 2 bottles of the gold. Yay, me! But this one does work. So we're just going to go, and we're going to spray this. And see, and no matter what, this is just paper, so it's going to buckle no matter what. So we're going to do that, and now I'm going to have to give it some time now, and I'm going to have to let it dry or help it along. So let's see. Let's grab where's my heat gun? It should be right here, right where I put it. And we'll see if that doesn't backfire on me or not. Let's plug it in right here. You guys see, it looks like it's a war zone here on my desk. I just managed to keep it all off camera. Come on. There we go. So let's try that. Woo! So I'm going to go ahead and dry this off. You guys do not have to wait and watch me do this, okay? I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. I got my panel. I'm not unhappy with how it turned out. What I do know is that I don't like it for this card. I've changed my mind. So this will be saved for another project, although I'm not sure about these bigger splatters, and that's just, I know that that's just my inexperience. So whether I choose to use this one or not, I'm going to use it, even as is, because nobody will know that that's not what my intended purpose was, but that's just, you know, it's a learning process. So just so you guys know, don't beat yourself up, because I'm choosing not to beat myself up. But I'm not using it for this card. I don't like the look. Not for this card. So I will figure something out with it, okay? So what I went ahead and did is I grabbed my Simon Says Pink, and I cut a panel, because that I like, because I think it'll look much better with this. And then with my little heart, that I also had to recut because it's gone missing. I know now it's going to be right here. Oh, look, there I am. But I just thought it was easier just to cut another one. But I'm going to do that. So we're going to go back into assembly mode and get this puppy going. So let's now tape yet again. Oh, look, a cat hair. Shocking. Thank goodness gracious. It gets everywhere. There is no place. It is not safe here. In fact, when my daughter comes over here and brings the baby, we vacuum this place within an inch of its life, just so that to keep cat hair off of her. And even then, you just can't help it. It's everywhere. Okay, put this down. Get this centered and taped down. I went ahead and maintained the narrow and the cut it to the same size again, because I had the chance of cutting it to make this to match the wide border, but I decided that I like that little bit of asymmetry to it because this one is obviously a lot smaller, and I'm okay with that. Now, one thing I want to bring to your attention that I did with this card that I'm not doing with this one because I don't like the effect is on this. If you can see, I distressed all the way around it with my little Tim Holtz distressing tool, which is, I have it right here. Here it is. I used my my distressing tool, and I didn't go really rough. I just went lightly rough, and then I inked around the edges. But I did do that to this edge. I just thought it lent itself to that little shabby chic look, but I don't want that look for this card, so I am leaving it pristine how it is. And so now I'm ready. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to add foam tape, and I have these big rolls of tape that I got on Amazon. And they work, and it works just fine, and I got it for a pretty decent price. I think I got both rolls for like $8. So, and does it say how many yards are in here? 2 double-sided. Okay, so it's 2 rolls, 1/4 inch by 50 feet each. So that's a decent amount of foam tape. So I'm gonna, you don't guys need to see this. I'm gonna go ahead and put my tape all the way around, and then come back, and then we'll do the shaker bit. Okay. Got all my foam tape down, and wonders and wonders and miracles of miracles, I remembered to put the acetate down too, because that would have been very messy very quickly. So now I'm ready to put down my little heart, and what I'm going to do differently from the first time is that I'm going to put it up higher and not try to do this dead center perfectly thing, because it doesn't work because the shaker bits cover it. And on the other card I used the word love, but I wanted to incorporate the die cut that came with this kit. So this is going to take a little bit of doing, so I am going to do my glue, the one that takes a little bit longer to dry, just so it gives me a little widget time. But I'm going to put it up high because all this space down here is going to be taken up with bits from the shaker. So I'm going to do my little glue on the glass method so that I can pick it up easier. Put my thingy in here. Where are my tweezers? I'm gonna pick this up so I don't get glue all over my hands. Instead, I'll get it all over my tweezers. Okay. I'm hoping you guys, the music I have playing isn't bothering you and you enjoy it, because it's the only thing that's keeping me from losing my nut over some of the stuff that's already gotten happen. This is why I tend to play music. Ah, stay here. When I see some cat hair, I'm going to have to pull off this. Let's see if that works. Okay, it's a little off center, but I can adjust that. Right? Okay, so now I just gotta lay it down. I'm sorry if my fat head's in the middle of the way. Straighten that out. I have a little bit of widget time, but not like, that's good enough. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to take my little brush and brush. I got a smudge in there. If it's on the inside or the outside. But let me take care of that really quickly. I think it's on the outside. Let's see. And it probably won't be noticeable with all this stuff in there anyway. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's, you know what it is? It just came off my finger. I'm the one that did it. It's a little bit of glue. Okay, and before I make it worse, let me wipe that glue off the desk on my glass. This is what I love about the glass mat, is it cleans up really easy and nicely. There we go. No harm, no foul. I'll just put it back in this little area here. It stays damp. Okay. Now I'm ready for shaker bits. So we're gonna crack open, because I think this is super cute for this one. It's gonna lend itself really good. The stuff I bought at Frank Garcia's studio. And we're gonna figure out how to open this sucker, because there's gotta be tape or something holding this close. There's no way. I feel it. I found it. And I'm only going to do one side, and hopefully it's on both sides, and then it'll act like a hinge. Let's see. Oh my goodness. There we go. I'll probably just keep it closed. I'm going to pull it clean off. And I'll just use a piece of washi tape to keep it closed. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I want to lay down some of this. I have all kinds of other. I think this one, because I brought out everything I could find. So I have this I also bought in Frank Garcia Studio. The sparklets, the glamour ones. I've got some from Recollections. I'm going to try to get out today and go pick some more up if I can find it. Because it was $4.99 and it was 50% off already. So I'm going to try to see if I can locate some more. My local Michael's doesn't have it, but I'm going to be out. I'm heading over to see my mom. But I have one down at the bottom of the hill where she lives. So I'm going to pick up some more. So if you guys can, we still have time. It's only 2 weeks still to Valentine's. You should be able to find some. What else do I have in here? This stuff I really like. This is the stuff I used for this card. And this guy's Dollar Tree. So check your Dollar Tree, because I only picked up one. No, I take it back. I lie. 99-cent store. So depending on where you are, if you have a 99-cent store, go run, because this is some really cool stuff. But that's what I put in here. And it worked out really well. So I'm going to pick up a couple of more bags, because hello, for $1. And then I have, where is that other little bag? Here it is. I'm going to toss a key in there. This is a, I'm positive this is a Tall Mouse find. I got these from Tall Mouse. And they're a vendor at the expo. And look at that, there was only, $1.50. So I'm throwing one in there just because it's tight. On this one, it doesn't move as well as the other ones, but it does move. Or if it doesn't, I mean, it's okay. I'm going to put one in there because I want to, and it's my card, and I can. Okay, so we're going to throw in a bit of shaker bits. Whoops. And of course, it goes everywhere. Not necessarily where I want it to be. I'm going to see if these buttons don't backfire on me as well, but this one looks awful thick, so I'm taking that one out. Some of these, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave these, now that I think about it, because some of these are pretty fat. These are not going to move. So I'm going to end up adding these guys. I think are going to be okay. So I'm going to add more stuff, more shaker bits. So I'm going to have to add in some red just to get in some more contrast, some more red. So I think I'm going to add in some of my Dollar Tree 99-cent store. Because I don't think I like the sparkle, but I will throw a couple of those in there too. What the heck. There we go. I just want to actually literally take the time. Where's my tweezers? Okay, we'll grab the other ones. Oh, there they are. These are the ones I like using. And turn them over so that you will see, so the faceted side is faced up on all of these. And it's a little tiny bit time consuming. Forgive me for that. But you'll be happy because once the lid is on, you can't turn them over. So it's now or don't use them. That's a little tidbit I figured out on the other one. Because I'm not using I have other tape that's a little bit foam tape, but it's in little squares, and God only knows I don't want to be sitting there forever trimming those down. Okay, so I got one flipped and then I flipped the other one over by accident. There we go. I think I got them all face up. Okay, good enough. So we have some sparkly bits, and now I'm going to grab some of my 99-cent store. Hey, sequins are sequins, all right? Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be expensive to be used. So, and these two also have an up, as far as I'm concerned, do have an up and a down. So, oh, for crying out loud. I don't want to put too many in there because they're pretty big. I'm going to try to get a couple of small ones in there. And then grab some of the red hearts. That's easy. I'm going to grab from the back. There we go. So that gives it some nice red in there. So we have several colors. So it incorporates all the colors in this card. There we go. And you too, my pretty, since you're already out. And we'll put you in there. There we go. We'll keep the big one. There's enough big ones in there. Okay. And then my key. And I think that's good. We don't want to get... I tend to be generous with my sequins and shaker bits, but not on this one. Only because I already ran into it. And I held back, and it was almost too much. So now we are ready to lay this down, right? We is. Except I still see a cat hair. And that is still smudgy. And I'm going to get that smudge off because it's bugging the crud out of me. And it is on the top. So let me see. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Ugh. All right, done deal. Okay, little sequins that fell out. I see you. Okay, let's remove tape. Let's pull tape off. One already came off. When I twisted it, it started to come off. Let's just remove the tape. And I'm going to try a trick on this that I saw Amy R. from Prairie Paper do, which is she puts, when she's working with foam tape, to give her that little bit of squidget time that foam tape does not allow us. I'm going to show you what she does. We're going to give it a whirl and see how well it goes. She puts glue down on the foam because it'll still glue, but it gives her the few seconds of play time that we need to get this centered. So I'm willing. If she does it and it works successfully for her, why should it not work for me? Except that it's me. Right? You're all thinking, Myra, what are you thinking? Really? We already know you. You're cursed. I am. Murphy lives here. Okay, let me take some of that glue right there. All right. I'm going to stand up for this. But it does. More or less. It's still wanting to stick, but it is giving me some time. It's just giving me the adjustment time I need. So yeah, it does work. Okay. And we're committing, good, bad, or otherwise. Put my tape and put my bottle stopper back in. My little foo-foo fancy thingies. Okay. And just about done. So there we are. And now I put it higher. So now we can see the little heart inside of my heart. And we have all our little shaker bits. And our key will move around. Alrighty, I am back after yet another glitch in the camera. So I went ahead, obviously I got this already done, and then the camera just decided to die for whatever reason. So what you didn't get to see, which is the only thing I added to this was I added this little sentiment, and I dimensionalized it with a little piece of foam, a couple of pieces of foam. And then I put my sentiment, which is just one of the elements from the ephemera from the card, and I put it in there, and I decided to also lift it up. I didn't have to. I'm pretty sure that's probably unorthodox, but there you go. Heaven forbid that I should go down the same path that everybody else does. But this card, we're calling it good, and it's done. Yay! So happy. That's 2 down, 1 to go. Give me a second. I'm not going to come back with for the next card. All right, be right back.